Field Notes, Episode 3. Mini roundabouts are strange. Not the big ones, not the roundabouts you have to prepare for. The painted circle ones, the ones you almost roll over, although I think most are rolled over, without thinking. And what I notice isn't any form of aggression, it's hesitation. People braking, even though the road out in front of them is clear. And then you get people moving at the same time. People being oddly sure and yet oddly wrong. And there's that feeling that keeps showing up. Everyone seems to think the same thing. I know how this works. And even when it's obvious in that moment that we're not all working on the same script. And there's a sentence people carry around for these. And I recognise this is applicable to anyone who drives on the left-hand side of the road. But the rule is you always give way to the right. That's how roundabouts work. It's a very solid rule. And once you're relying on that sentence, that rule, it just simply carries you through the junction. You don't have to watch closely. You don't really have to read the junction. You don't have to, in your mind, observe 3 cars and observe what they're doing and then make a prediction about where you can jump into the roundabout. You just simply apply the rule. And if something goes wrong, the instant story is someone broke the rule. And I get that feels good. You're approaching a mini roundabout and behind you there's a white van tight behind you and you're kind of half watching the kids in the back. You've got too many things going on already. And that simple rule feels like relief. And not a relief in a nice way. Relief in a, thank God I don't have to think too much right now. And it protects something else as well. It protects that feeling that you know what I'm doing. Because the rule's obvious. Then, if it's obvious, then confusion can't be shared. I need someone else to have got it wrong. But if you observe and stay with one of these roundabouts for a few minutes, that tight, neat little story starts to wobble. You see people doing slightly different things in the same position. That little half move with the bumper, hesitating, and it seems like uncertainty, and confidence that feels like a little bit of guessing, and no crash. Just this awkward, slightly tense improvisation that no one admits to it happening. And it doesn't look like, when you observe it, that everyone really does know the rule. It looks more like everyone thinks they do. And what makes me more uncomfortable about observing is how fast I rush to decide who's at fault. I don't really stay with what just happened here. I just jump straight to a verdict. The coordination turns into correctness almost immediately. 2 people can both think they're right and still nearly hit each other. And what I notice is how much I need someone to be wrong in that moment. I don't want uncertainty. I don't want shared confusion. I have this neat little rule, and I want that rule to settle it. I want the other person to carry the discomfort, and I want to be able to drive away with a clear conscience. There's a strange mismatch I keep noticing out on the road: hesitation, guessing, improvisation. And yet, inside that car, there is total certainty about who's to blame. Confidence is skyrocketing, it goes up, just as it becomes less clear what anyone's actually doing. And I notice how quickly a slogan replaces attention, and how quickly being right replaces staying coordinated.